Hello everyone. Well, I'm back again. I hadn't made a video for a while. It's been so bad here. Snow and ice and rain, then back to snow, and then back to ice, then back to rain, then back to snow. And then yeah, that's all finally melted, and now we've got mud. But I'd rather have the mud than the ice. But while I hadn't made a video for a while, and while all this bad weather and stuff been going on, I sort of went undercover in some of these left-wing groups on Facebook, Twitter, and other places. People, these communist Democratic Party of America has joined with the Muslim, the Islamic groups who are they're being on taking over America. Their goal is to turn this country communist socialist, and the Muslims want that Sharia law bad, and it's coming. They're well funded. They've got encrypted apps that they get on, and I mean it's just amazing. And I went in these groups, and some of them I spent about 3 days in before I revealed who I really was, and I tell you, all hell broke loose. I had one I got into it with, and said that the Muslims was going to take over this country. Sharia law was coming, and old hicks like me, and they call it hicks, a hick bubba. Well, I don't say what a lot of what all he did say, but anyway, at the end of that, he said that we would be gathered up, and they would shove something up our rear end at the same time they cut her head off. And then he went in. A lot of it was in Arabic, and I tried to get Facebook to translate it, and they wouldn't do it. And they finally took his post off. It must have been that bad. Uh, but these people are crazy. Uh, what you see on television, Minnesota, all these protests and people laying hands on law enforcement, they're paid, and they're so well funded that they're in red states too. I mean, they can be called up on a moment's notice, have signs printed, and have 1,000 people positioned wherever they need them to protest at, even in your reddest of red states. Don't kid yourself that you say it'll never happen here. Oh yeah, it's there, but you just don't see it. They're just waiting. They're sleeper cells, waiting to be activated. We're in trouble, people in this country. And Virginia proves it. These Muslims that took over the legislature are openly calling, if you opposing bills, if you mock Muslims or you say anything about Muslims, you can be arrested or jailed and fined. Sort of like they're done in England. They propose bills to come door to door for gun confiscation. Uh, Governor Abigail Spanberger has wants abortion up to delivery, up to time of birth. They're putting this transgender stuff back in schools. They're putting this in the libraries. They're putting books in the libraries on how to have gay sex. And a whole host of other things that I could go on and on about, but you get the gist of it. The battle that we are in here, and now the redistricting that they're trying to do. If the Virginia Supreme Court rules against us, then we're going to have to do a vote. I think it's April 21st on the redistricting. And the way they've drawn the map, only where I'm at, Southwest Virginia, was there. Is totally red, and what little red counties was on up above us, they have made snakes and drawn them where they can never be another Republican hold office again. So we are in a standstill with the Supreme Court, but don't let that stop you. People here in Virginia, go register, vote, get ready to fight this. And And while I was in those groups, I watched this. They had this woman preacher. Somebody had put up a video of this woman preacher of their values. Now, this is their values, their church. This woman stood up in this church and went to preaching. And she said, Jesus, if was alive today, he would hold the hand of a woman to take her to the abortion clinic. Now, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? If Jesus was alive today, she went on to say, he would hold the hand of the person who wanted to have a sex change. He would hold her hand as they went into surgery. Blasphemy. Blasphemy. We're so divided in this country that we are in a Cold War, people. There's not been no red hot shot fired yet. But it's a coming. We're so close than you people realize. You know, it's unbelievable how well funded these people are. It's the Democratic Socialist Party of America and the Muslim Brotherhood. They're part of a fraction of it. And plus overseas money. You've got that guy that's in the moved to China. His wife was the head of Code Pink, funding a lot of this stuff. George Sorrow's money to fund a lot of it. And China's monies are coming into it too. So they're trying to take America down, and they're using these Democratic Socialist Party of America and this Muslim that's been transported in this country to take us down. President Trump's in a battle you wouldn't believe, from fake news to, a constant battle. These people that's in public office now are evil. They're plain and simple evil. And a lot of these politicians that you see in Minnesota is involved in helping these organizations track down ICE people, track down law enforcement, attack their wives, their children on social media, go to their schools. Just look at the church where that group of Don Lemon went into that church. And now one of the people went in there has turned on Don Lemon and said he helped plan it. So I hope he has fun in jail. You know, I thought, naive that that it wasn't as bad as what I really thought, but it is as bad as I originally thought. I thought we had hope when the cement people come out and put President Trump back in office, and that I thought people had woken up and they'd start getting rid of these Democratic people in these states, but no. Northern Virginia is a product of D.C. swamp, and they're dug in like ticks, and they're trying to take it state to state. So don't think if you live in the red state you're safe. You're not. And I see a lot of comments where, I watch other channels and they go, God's got it in control. God's got this. Don't worry. Just go on about your day. Well, I'm going to ask you people a question, especially people that really know their Bible and study the Word. I'm going to ask you a question. What if, when Jesus Christ was crucified, the disciples, the apostles, said, "No, all right, it's done. God's got it. We just go back to our merry way. We don't have to worry about what he said. Go out and spread the gospel. Go out in the nations and spread the gospel." No, we don't. We just go back to what we've done. God's got this. It's going to be okay. What if they'd have done that? Is that the way it works? I don't think it's the way. It's not the way it works. I'm no preacher, but I know we're supposed to testify that Jesus Christ died for my sins so I won't go to hell. I believe in it wholeheartedly. It's amazing. Then I hear this one guy who claimed had been a preacher, does YouTube now full time, and he said, we know the end game, so we don't have to worry about it. We know what's coming. Well, you got to live, and your family and your children has got to live from now to the end of the Bible, till Jesus comes back. You got to live in that time. I don't think Jesus in the scripture said beat your plows into your plowshares into a sword for nothing. You're to put the armor of God on and go forth and fight. Are we going to fight for this nation? Or are we going to lay down and let these communist Muslims take over? Are we going to let these lying politicians, this lying fake news media, just like today, when that nut up in Canada, a man dressed like a woman, claimed he was a woman, went in and killed all these people, killed his family, went in and killed those children. Evil, demonic, the devil is a working. Do you want your children and grandchildren to go to heaven? Do you want to fight for this country to have morals that we can teach them? Are you going to let these politicians tell you how to get up, when to go to bed, what to eat? This is America. We have freedom. You can go and eat right now. You can go and eat pretty much what you want. But if they have their way, the way they talk, the way they get up on the floor of the House, the way they do in these congressional meetings, they talk like they own you. Well, you know, looks like the old fake pandemic. 6 foot way. Mandatory take the undeveloped shot. And some places, some states, you had to have proof that you vaccinated before you could get groceries or go to a restaurant. People telling on people because they're outside their house without a mask on. Or somebody is sitting on the beach in California all by themselves. Here comes a cop, a little Gestapo, and arrest them for sitting there on the beach and the wind blowing through and nobody around them. And people let that happen. People didn't stand up when these companies said, you'll take that shot or you lose your job. Well, I don't know what President Trump ought to do. He ought to back up and allow the people that's been harmed sue these companies into oblivion. I didn't take that junk. I'm a pure blood as pure blood can be. I didn't follow their mask rule. I didn't follow their 6 foot rule. And it was a test to see how many sheep would go over the cliff with a bad shepherd. Just like in the Bible. If you go into a church and you've got a bad preacher, well, flock, guess what? When he goes to hell, you're going over there with him. You better wake up. We're in a fight for this nation and our children and grandchildren. I've seen some big YouTubers that I used to think about. Now it's work out and eat right, and claim that's what God wants for you to eat. Stop eating taters and go work out. Well, if you put you a garden out and do it the right way, you work out. And if you live in an apartment in these places, you can go to the park and you can walk, and you can while you're walking, you can ask people for a seat. You can do it that way, I guess. I mean, I don't know, but anyway, I'm rambling on that I'm so frustrated, people, and I know I don't make good videos, but what I say, it comes from what I believe, and I believe wholeheartedly that we're on the verge of another civil war coming, and you better pray and prepare. you know, or actually it's pray, prep, and prepare. You better have you a boomstick. You better have you plenty of freedom seeds, and you better stock up on food and water. But it was interesting in these groups, people. These people are real. They hate you. They hate a Christian. They hate their values. They want this country destroyed. In some way, they think everything's going to be free, 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 free. It'll be a kumbaya. Nobody has to work. Everything. Well, somebody's got to get the money from somewhere. It's got to come from somewhere. That's how ignorant they are. But these people out in the streets are little soldiers, and when they get what they want, they will be done away with. They'll be unalived. Right along with me and you, for our beliefs, we'll be unalived. Because they don't want us around. They don't want us here now. They openly tell you that they want you unalived. Anybody that would want to put a bill through to have an abortion, to kill a child up to the time of birth, they're on a short track to hell. But I'm raveled up now. Good Lord's willing. I'll see you next time. And if you like the video, subscribe. If you don't, move on. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm on here trying to get people to wake up and understand what we're to face. You either listen or you don't. God bless you.